Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Today, I think we're going to be doing a village. And we haven't done one of these in a while, but I think we're going to use a 2D map in a generator and start with. So what I've used is this. This is a really good generator. And I've set it so it kind of looks like what I want. The only thing I might want to check is style, settings, on building, houses, roof flat. Yep, all that's good. Miscellaneous. No, that's good. I was looking to see if there was a way to take off the doors, but I don't think there is. But that's very useful, and you can export it as I think I already did. But SVG, yeah, and St. Roger. Sure. So that's what we're going to be using. And we're just going to come over here, and we'll even keep our 2-meter cube for right now. File, import, SVG. And village, St. Roger. Import. And select the objects. And S500. Let's see if that's good. 7. Might need to go a bit more than that. That's a 2-meter square. Yeah. Let's take this to S2. S1.5. Yeah. Yeah, so those, let's see. Houses are maybe even a bit more. Let's get rid of the ground. See if I can help us see it better. No, it's better. Yeah. No, that looks good. I think that's a good width. So that's a 2-meter square. So the smallest house is like 4 meters across. Yeah, 10 feet. Yep, that looks good. Let's delete that. Select the objects. Cool. And let's just G and move them up. So I'm going to move the village center to back to our center there. And before I convert shit back to, these are all curves. Looks like that, that. Those are all going to be our roads. I think that's a good thing to have. I've got fairly wide lanes here, but let's keep that. So let's just move the roads. First off, A. Apply rotation scale. Can't apply rotation. A scale. There we go. Now, this, and this. Let's move to new collection roads. Okay, that I'm going to get rid of. The tree I'm going to get rid of, not the road. Let's turn off roads. Where's that? Return. Let me make sure I got roads. Yeah, roads is on. Must be duped. Okay, cool. So we can't get rid of that. Delete. I'm just going to delete this stuff. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that looks good. And that. Get rid of these. They're not super helpful to us. And it's not so many that's a pain to do. We're not going to have, I think they're supposed to be like driveways basically, but we're going to get rid of them. Okay. Cool. Now, can we get rid of that? Maybe it's easier to do it separately. Let's keep this. All those, right? Yeah. M, new collection, buildings. Turn it off. And those are like the doors markers. We don't need any of that stuff. Let's just get rid of them. Okay, so turn on road and buildings again. We should have what we need. That's a different object, isn't it? Underlined. Well, we'll deal with that in a second. I think it's supposed to be like a second floor. We may or may not care. We may just do our own. I think we'll just do our own. Or the other ones. There's one, right? Yep. I think that's good. Okay. Cool. So let's start with the buildings. Select the objects. Convert to mesh. Let's see what it looks like. All right. Oh, there's one more. L, X, vertices. Great. Okay. Now, I'm going to go buildings, A, and edge. Can I face, rather, tries to quads? Yeah. Okay. Nice quads. Simple, simple, simple. Cool. That's worked well for us. The only one I want to do is just maybe move this one so it's not touching anymore. We'll allow space between them. Maybe some of these should be connected, but they are not right now. We can decide. Okay. Looks good. If we got those set up, let's save. $25,03071 live stream village. Cool. Alrighty. So this is going to be like our temple area. We got some houses, shops, that kind of thing. Cool. We might put something in the center of the circle too here. In fact, let's edit this one. 7C. And I'm just going to I don't know. Remove those. X segments. X vertices. Okay. Let's see if that, we can always put it back together if we need to. Okay. Let's, I don't know where that one's going. X. It's going nowhere. Okay. Save. So let's see if we can combine these curves. Or no, I think this will even work. Let's grab our new road. I'm just going to do one. Blender. Not enough roads too. That's what we want. Let's see what it does. We may or may not use it, but we want, this is our dirt one basically. Or do we want the, let's take this one. This is the road asphalt versus path. So let's grab it. Copy objects, collection, paste. And I'm going to well, that's good. It's fine. We like that. Take it out, off to the side. I'm going to delete that for right now. Now, this I'm going to take and road, yeah. General, curves, just going to be road. Hey, Patrick. Roads. Let's see if this works. It would be amazing if it did. And it didn't. Let's get rid of that. That's going all right, Mr. Tinkerer. Let's try it one at a time, see what's going on. See if we can't fix it. Okay. Maybe first let's create a land underneath it. Plane S500. Not that much. S100. Okay. Cool. Now, move it to ground. Ground. Okay. Back over here to this bad boy, or where'd the object go? Road geonode. Curve. Let's just select this one. Okay, getting some weirdness. Oh, I know what's wrong. Scale? No. Let's see, tab A. Come on. Oh, I know I'm on the wrong one too. Okay. Road. Scale. Okay. And this road. That one. Tab A. Mean radius of 1. Yeah. That's better. Let's fix these other ones too. Tab A, mean radius of 1. And this one, tab A, mean radius of 1. That should make it work better. Now, that object, instead of curve, now let's try road. Yes, much better. Okay. Now we can start plugging away at the sucker. Width, boundary of shoulder lane. Okay. Lane 7, sure. Shoulder of 9, verge of 10. Boundary of 10. Boundary 2 of 10. Cuts our roads in a lot. Yeah. Fence. We have no fences. Street lights. We have no street lights right now. Utility poles. No utility poles. We don't want any trees. I'm just going to delete these small trees and big trees. And this grass too while I'm at it. Let's see what that looks like. Cool. Coming along. And then landscape is going to be that ground there. And yeah, all right. It's working okay. I'm going to close this down. Take our buildings. Select objects, tab A, E3, Z3. undo because I'm not sure how far back I got. Toggle edit mode. Yep, we're in edit mode. Tab E3, and it's going to be Z 2.5 actually. Okay. Now we have buildings. We can see what the heck they are. And obviously we can adjust anything. So right now they are right on the road because our road is that width. And now that we've got them there, we can adjust it. So maybe we want to do that. Because I think we want our road to be 2 actual lanes wide. Although we could shrink it a little bit. Road width, what about our lanes to 6 meters only? And a shoulder of 8 meters only, and a verge boundary to 9 meters only. All that is in a lot now. And we're going to add utility poles on the left. Why are they way up so high? Offset of 0. There we go. Okay. That would take them to, let's see, offset of 4. 4 is right to the corner, and that feels good to me. Okay. Yeah. So roads coming into this village area, we have to tweak it a little bit, but that's kind of coming along nicely, I think. And I wonder, do we want it? Well, I don't really want a road in the center, but I think I might here. I just want to look at these. Cool. And this one and this one. I'm going to join tab. Now, can I get rid of X vertices, X vertices? And is it F? Yes. And I want handle type free or vector. Spline type Bez. G. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got more of a curved road there then. It's actually kind of neat. And I think we can subdivide it. Let's see. 1, 2. That'll make it more curved if we want to. Okay. Yeah, all right. I can live with that. So that road does this. This road kind of stops in there. Let's take this building here. I'm just going to move it. And maybe this one here, we'll move to here. And we'll pull this one back just a bit. And this one back just a bit. And this one over. Small enough village, we can just move individual buildings. It's not a big deal. Cool. Save. I like that. That's coming down nicely. There. We might just want a, let's see, Z8. What's this doing? Do I want it to do that? Maybe I don't. Actually, I don't think I do. This roads, select objects. So turn off this thing. Where is that thing? New collection, road geo, just so I can keep track of it. Turn it off. Okay, yes. 7. I don't think I actually want it to come into the square. I thought about it, but let's just get rid of that. There to there. X segments. Okay. Cool. So it kind of just comes into the center of the square and dies, but that's fine. I'm all right with that. I kind of might want it to be the other material, which would be annoying, but doable. If I want a dirt road or do I want a paved road? I think I wanted a dirt road. I think it's just a little too high tech for me. I'm just gonna select these objects and delete hierarchy. Okay. And delete that. Okay, and go back and do it again. Let's grab this one. I think this one's better. We might have to readjust our setting, but it's fine. Get off to the side. This M to road geo, and we're going to set it to, that's our ground. Curves are going to be roads. Cool. Yes, 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 yes. And width, we remember we're going to change our, ooh, this is even interesting. Shoulder verge of 8, 8, and 8. So it's like a single dirt track now coming into the road, which I like, into the village, which I think would be better. I'm going to get rid of trees. We don't want grass, small trees, or big trees. Okay. We don't want a fence. Come on. Fence, nuke it. No fence. Street lights. We don't want a street light. Utility pole. We do want one on the left. There we go. Bring it back in to like that. A little more. Something like that. I think that'd be better. Let's see. Yeah, that'll be better. We'll still have to tweak that damn terrain, but we've done that before. We're okay there. And we just have a path now, which I think is going to be better for what we want here. If we look at the terrain, actually, we might even just apply this one, which I think we would lose the power lines, wouldn't we? Let's see. I kind of like having the power lines. They're handy, but I can just tweak that too. We could cheat it. So if we apply, we lose the power lines, yes. But everything else we keep. I wonder if we could just do geometry nodes. It's huge, but we're doing so little that this will actually work. I wouldn't want to do this normally because you get a lot of extra stuff. But if we just do a realize instances, all we have is those power lines. Throw that in there. And now we apply all. Yeah, we keep it. And let's see what it looks like materials-wise. Did I screw it up? No. Nice. And now we can just edit this sucker. If we look at it now, it has materials and all that shit. Just way easier on us. Cool. Let's do that. All right, so we got our road. And it's kind of doing what we want. Actually going to take it down a little bit. To what's more like that. There we go. And I like that. Okie dokie. Definitely better. Let's do the ground now too. We're kind of just jumping around a bit, but you know what? Control A, rotation, scale. Tab W, subdivide. 100. No, I think that's 25. Cool. Great. And then we could just keep our road going further, but we've already applied it now, and I don't know. We're going to see. We're not going to look past that stuff, so that'll be fine. But 1 O G. Give ourselves a bit of a hill there. A bit of a hill there. And here. And here. Something like that. We can always tweak it later, but that's fine. And it's not messing with our roads appreciably. Good. Save. And now, we still have our road. Yeah, we do. Tab C. All of this to like there. Cool. Vertex group detail. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is add our auto trainer base. And that looks acceptable. I think we're going to be all right with that. Let's see if we can do another one on top of it. It'll be slower, but add a modifier. Not enough roads, flatten landscape. Our curve folder is going to be roads. Yes. Okay. 10. 8. Do we like this? It's kind of losing it a little bit outside, but we can again push it on our own. Clean it up afterward. 6. 5. 5 sounds good. Cool. That gets us the basis of what we're looking for. Nice. Apply all. Now, we're just going to fix these roads and this. 7, 9. Now, let's just pull it down. Grab this. Object, sculpt mode, make it bigger. Down, down, down. Cool. Probably have to bring it back up again a little bit, but there. Cool. Max distance. This one didn't go very far. There. Upside down. And we just want to make sure we can always see the bottom of the road. Great. That one's very short, but there we go. So it's no fly-ups. Looking good. I think this is as far as it goes, isn't it? Yeah. And yeah, I don't even mind having a little bit of dirt through there. That's fine. Okay, save. Nice. Now, what do I do now? I think we need to work on some buildings now. Getting our base structure in place. Okay. So, I think I'm just going to combine all of our buildings into one mesh for right now. Just to make it easier on me to edit, and there's not that many of them. Join them together. And now I can just come through and do this. E 2.5. Two-story building there. E 2.5. E 2.5. Should I just select a couple? E 2.5. Okay, all those are two-story buildings now. The temple, I'm not sure what I want to do about it yet. I might put a separate building in here for this one. But that's all right. Okay. Now, these are going to be very poor buildings. That's kind of what my vibe is. We do need some doors and windows. One building at a time. Probably one building at a time is the easiest way to do this. 2 are at an edge loop there. Edge loop there. No. There. Bevel. 3x face. Yeah. That one going to the center, sure. Control bevel 0.75. No. 0.5, even 0.4. Yeah, narrow wall door. X face. Just adding doors here. I'm not trying to be exact, as you can tell. Although I did numerically do that, but you know, hey. Cool. Hey, Michael. Indeed. Be not afraid. For I am Blender. It's a low door. Let's take that up a bit higher. There we go. This one's going to have 2 doors, I think. Very simple stuff here, right? We're not doing anything complicated. I'm also not being very accurate, and that's fine. And So, there we go. We should probably put a person in here too. Let's do that. Actually do something with measurement. God forbid. Yeah, that door's fine. Good. My eye is correct. Kind of boring, I know. Just going through and adding doors to things, but we've gone all the way around the circle, pretty much. We'll do some other ones as we need to, maybe. Let's do a little bit more. And by doing it this way, the reason I create this full edge loops and select those whole loops is now we're keeping everything as quads. It didn't make any of those weird beveled triangles because we selected only one part of the edge, which will make our life easier. Because now we can do this. Add 2. Ah, rainfall. And that also works. Cool. And control bevel. Now we're to that point. Okay. Now we're going to start losing some of our things, but that's fine. Let's undo this actually. 3. Inset. Turn off. There we go. X faces. Still quads. Cool. Here. All right. Triangulate. Control R. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not exact, but fine. Inset them all. Individual origins. There we go. X faces. I can punch up these buildings as much as I need to, so that's not a problem, but we're just kind of laying in some stuff now. And by punch up, I mean increase the detail on. And let's go to normal. Whee! Okay. Nice. And maybe we'll just do that to start with. We can punch into it more as we need to. Save it. Now, I want to go grab some bricks. We knew that was coming, right? Right, everyone knew that was coming. File, open, don't save. It was either going to be bricks or auto building. Mortar. What's it called? Don't call it mortar. What do they call it? It's not brick either. Come on, Seth. Masonry. You want to call it mortar. There we go. And we're going to go with this one. Okay, take this object to this object and link, copy modifiers, and delete this one. And we're going to have to come through and clean up some shit too, aren't we? Okay. That's better. Why didn't the bevel not do it then? That's interesting. Oh. Limit method, none. Undo. Or maybe we will do. It's not edge weights. I wonder. Can we do that? Bevel edge weight is what it's called, huh? Well, neat. Let's just try that. That'd be fun if that would work. Let's turn all these off. See if we can't do that with tissue. Weight paint. Curvature. No. Although not awful. Edge deformation. Edge blending. No. There's a way to get edges on this thing. Let's see. It should be great if we could. Just use curvature. Bevel weight edge. I'm just going to try it. Bevel weight edge. Let's see what that does. Tab. Object mode. Curious now. Turn back on beveling. Turn back on subdiv. Not as much as I would like. Angle. Cur. Amount. Sure, and just do simple. We're just going to go simple, I think. Get some wonky, get some wonky. Add back in our bricks there. Cool, fine. Angular mode, yes, no. That's weird that that one does not give us... Do we need more subdivs? I'm curious. None of these in edit mode. Add some more edge loops. Let's see. Does that help us? Yes. Oh, that definitely helps us. So we need to do that. Okay. That's easy enough. Come on. all those are better now. Cool. Keep doing it. Down the center. Come on, don't move it. Get in there. Does this help? Oh, it's thinking. I may not should have done that. Let's see. It does help it though. Without having to mess with it. Yeah, it's fine. Good deal. So now we have some brick buildings coming down the center. Our path. It all looks very, very sad. Yes, using both CPU and GPU. Great, that's fine. Wall top accent, enable mortar. Yes. All those look good. Make them a bit bigger, I think. 1.2. Let's see what that does. Let's go to 1 again. I think it's time maybe to break our buildings apart now that we've established them all. And I think we're going to run some corruption down the middle of this, so I'm not going too crazy. But let's see. Come to this building here. Tab. LP section. Now it's its own bad boy. Great. And now it doesn't have bricks anymore. Why doesn't it have bricks anymore? That link, copy modifiers. It's very bizarre. Seed, brick instance, asset. Why do you not have bricks anymore? That's quite strange. What's going on? Your quads only. You should be good. Very strange. I don't get it. I'm just going to do it. Fine, we're keeping you together. Be that way. I'm not in the mood to deal. Yeah. Okay. Great. And we could, let's see. 2, actually 3, Shift G, coplanar. Get rid of our face, our floor face. Cool. I wonder. I'm curious now. You're doing something. Woohoo! Wrong rainfall map. I've been there, man. Done all that kind of stuff. Tab A, M, distance. Okay, there was some dupes. I don't know why. E. Let's see if that's better. I think in general I like having a little bit of a lip there. But I don't really want to go through and edit every building because I'm feeling lazy. Let's just call it like it is. It's fine. I don't think it helps us that much, so we're going to do it. Cool. Just to make my life easier, select these, tab. Oh, I did get rid of all the bottoms. Cool. So they were all the same level before. Good. I'm smarter than I thought. Okay. So let's see. I want to grab a stupa. Where do I have one? I think. Open. Don't save. Oh, it wants to be in here. Varanasi corridor. There it is. Let's go take a look and see what we can use. Okay. Yeah. Some cool stuff in here. I don't think he made it. I think that's why he just used it from somebody else's too, but let's grab that. And V. I'm going to paste it somewhere. And you're thinking about pasting it. Okay, you pasted it somewhere. Where are you? Over there. I'm going to move that to buildings. Alt G. Okay, great. And G to there. And this needs to be higher up for sure. 3, E, 2.5. Do it twice. Two cuts there. Two cuts there. I know it's a lot of bricks. Get on with it. Okay. It got on with it. And then our curve, GZ, up to there. Okay. I can live with that. I think we are going to edit this thing though. Tab 3 and there, there, E, in, and we're just going to leave it like that. And that should give us something that kind of looks like a doorway. If we don't get too close to it. If we do, we'll have to play with it more. I know I've said it before, but the overriding drive for concept art is be lazy. Try to do as little as you can, unless you have to see it later. And then if you do, you go as detailed as you need to, but there's no point in over detailing something too far. Suggest it, but try to avoid just like modeling everything to perfection. I don't need to put arches on every window in this thing, for example. I might need to put arches on a couple of buildings, but much better. Okay. Good deal. If we put a couple of hero buildings in and around this, I think that'll be all right. Maybe we should look at that right now. Put some hero accents into this thing. Gambazar. Building kit. Optimize 2K. Building kit. Yeah. We're going to try to avoid doing high poly. That actually might be better. Maybe I'll get rid of this. Forgot that there was one here. Come on. There we go. Bring this dome in. I know I spent a bunch of time grabbing it from the other one, but whatever. There we go. I think it's going to be better looking for sure. Whew, that's a weird angle. Rotation 0. There we go. That feels better. I like that. Then I was thinking about something else too. Some of these buildings, I know I'm jumping around, but tab, Shift G, coplanar, material. Ooh. Okay, we got to fix this. Everything is getting this first mat, a sign. Then everything is removing on these mats. Can't do that in edit mode. Too many materials from the SVG. It hasn't caused us a problem yet, but it will. Yeah, come out of the edit. Okay. Now, remove unused slots. Come on. There we go. Much better. Now, edit again. coplanar plus assign, and it's going to be so red thing. What was it called? Non-generating surface. Cool. Let's do a couple of those. A lot of these backsides, maybe. Cool. Shift G, coplanar. Assigned to non-generating surface. Now we should have some just straight mortar walls that don't have bricks on them, which will help break things up and be cool. It will also generate less, yes, geometry and speed our shit up a little bit, maybe. Which would not be a bad thing. Oh, that's a pain in my ass. Why are we getting a hole here? I wonder if I just turn off this bevel. Does it really need it anymore? I don't think it does. Yeah, we really don't need that anymore because we've got a different direction with how we're generating it. So let's get rid of it, which will also cut our geometry down and speed our shit up some. Okay. Nice. Now, let's do some awnings and shit. Go. Let's try this one. See what it looks like. Here. Seems like a goodly height. R G. There we go. Close enough for government work. Local. Something like that. There we go. Cool. That's fun. Nice little awning thing going on there. Let's do another one over here. Rotate it around. Bring it pretty close. Come take a look. Get better. Cool. And come in here. And let's try a door on this one. R, G. Take a look. So I didn't make my doorways with this particular door in mind necessarily, but looks like it's pretty close. Just scale it up just a bit. Great. Should be the same on the other one too, right? Yep. Good deal. This is how we break up the evenness. Different door. Which one? Other way. Down to it. Again, scale it up just a bit. It doesn't have to fool very detailed view. It can just be, it kind of does the job. Great. Save. And I could keep adding doors and shit forever. That's certainly doable. Let's add a balcony over here on this one. See how big it is. It might be huge. Might be too big. That's pretty big. Yeah, I think that's more fancy than we need for this place. It's a cool idea though. Gotta remember I got it. These are more squat, low-level buildings though. Let's keep it that way. Put this thing in the middle? We could put that in the middle. Let's see what that looks like. Be a little out of character, but like there's all kinds of old stuff sort of like just sitting around these villages in India sometimes. So do we want it there? I actually kind of like it. Maybe we'll keep it. It's a little weird, but not so much so that it's like driving me nuts or anything. Let's see what it looks like in color. How are we doing? I have definitely seen things like that. Maybe I'll put it up on a platform. As luck would have it, we have a platform. Let's go up a bit. Or kind of line it up. Something like that. Sure. It's kind of fun. I mean, we're going to destroy this whole space anyway, so I'm probably spending way more than I need to even on just doing any of this stuff, but it's kind of a weird thing to have in the center of your town. I like it. Got a few of these extensions for buildings. Let's just grab some. Add them onto the side of buildings, just make things a bit more complicated. Where's the front door of this? Come on. Other way around. Okay. RZ90. That's the front door. Okay. RZ180. There we go. Cool. I like it. I think that's a cool thing. And we'll grab one more. Maybe two more. Grab this one here. Okay. And I know I got to start actually doing my I'm actually going to rotate it so it does line up to that. And I think I'm going to SX -1 to flip it like that. Yeah. And bring it out to the side of our building. Cool. Makes it a bit more fancy. Just gives us something else to look at. And there's one more. Might as well use all three they have. Put it over here. R G R like there. Cool. Nice. Okay, I think that'll help. Now, should probably start jumping into our next sort of big section of things that we're doing, which would be corrupting the hell out of this place. How do we want to do it? Okay, I think the first thing we want to do is take our buildings and turn off that and that. And Shift-D, M, new collection, collision. It helps if I spell collision right. I mean, it actually doesn't help, doesn't make any difference, but I'm going to spell it right. And then back in buildings, we can turn back on these again. And then in collisions, we're going to just delete them. And apply the other ones. So we have this building. Now this, Shift-D, M, collision, great. And this, sure, Shift-D, M, collision. I didn't collide with these buildings. Do I care? Yeah, maybe. Let's see, this I want to collide with though. Shift-D, M, collision. And you know what? I will. That, Shift-D, M, collision. There's a reason I'm doing this, I swear. Okay. Collision, select objects. Just those objects. Great. I want to... I don't think there's any modifiers. So the roads have a modifier. Subdivision. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Collision. Select objects, join together. Okay, and it's way bigger than I need it to be. So let's decimate it. To like 0.025. Let's see if I can go that low. Like literally, I don't need any details. I just need big planes. So if it'll work, I want to scrunch it down into ugly. We'll probably lose a little bit of stuff, but as long as it's reasonably close to the fidelity of the high poly mesh, I don't care. That's not quite good enough. That's a little too squishy. Try double that. Do 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 do. That's better. How's that look? That looks pretty good. Let's apply it. So I've cut this down to it's way more manageable now to compare against when it's generating stuff. Great. And Alt V, face orientation. Everything with that one building is right, but let's try a Shift N. Ugh. L, Shift N. Inside. Okay, that's close enough. Great. So we have our collision object. So now we can decide where we want stuff to go. I think we just kind of want it washing across this space rather than radiating out from it. We want it essentially following the roads, which means we might need two different generations, which we can do. Tab. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select we really don't need a lot of just like that. Keep doing more. That. Shift D, P section tab. This is going to be our emitter now. M, new collection, corruption. Add a modifier. Tendril creation. Oh, incidentally, for those of you who care, I put up my differential growth modifier on my Patreon, and I think it's Patreon now has you can buy just that one if you want to. So it's $5 if you wanted that and you don't want to join my Patreon for whatever reason. You can just grab the Diffie E or Diffie G, Diffie generator. There we go. Gotta edit that way. Come on. Road, edit mode, tab. There we go. A. I gotta give it a vertex group. So, you too can get anything you want now. Yeah, I put up the other thing I did, and I'll show you when I get. I added a switch so that it doesn't automatically look for a vertex group now. This one still does, but I fixed the other one still now finally. Tendril creation vertex group. And I put a little explanation on how to use it too. So that's, keep the original source mesh just so I can see it for right now. Great. And over here, Shift A, empty, empty, sphere, GZ up to there. Cool. I'm actually going to even take it further back out to here. Great. So this, that's in collision? I don't want collision, I want corruption. Corruption. This object here is going to point to this empty there with a radius of 0.25, a growth offset length of 2, and a density of 0.1, and iterations of 10. Yes, okay, it is generating. Great. It's going to collide with our collision modifier thing, and it's going to grow on the surface. And it's going to have 200 iterations. Oh, that's cool. Look, it's even going along like the power lines. That is amazing great. 300 iterations. It's long. Turn off collision. Look at that. That's cool. That is exactly what we wanted. And I think it's even probably enough given how big it is and everything else. But, oh, it's doing cool things here. Yeah, it's kind of bunching in places a little bit. Perfect. We love it. We're going to apply all. Just going to use, well, actually, let's increase our fillet curve depth to something higher. I probably don't want to slide it because it's big. 1. That can be too much. Now 1 looks good. Okay, now we're going to apply it. The immortal words of blur. Woohoo! Okay. Empty 7G over to here. Back to our collision object. Solo it. Solo our collision object, not the empty. Tab. C. There. Shift D, P selection. Tab A. Delete, delete. Add, group, assign, tab. Okay. Move it to corruption. You know, we're going to do the exact same freaking thing. Add geometry nodes, potential creation. And it's going to have a vertex group of group. It's going to have an empty target of 1. It's going to have a collision object of road geonode. It's going to grow on the surface. Growth offset length of 2. Fillet curve, I'm going to just set it at 1. Radius, we made it at 0.25. We liked that. Density of 0.1. Iterations of 25. Yep, starting to go. Even 0.1 might even be a bit much. Let's go to like 0.05. This is a thicker one. Yeah. Iterations 300. And it generates across that way following the road and covering up all kinds of shit on our buildings too at the same time. Crossing over, following power lines. We love it. We absolutely love it. I stand this. Turn off collision. Yeah. Okay, great. It's going to keep it. Apply all. So essentially what we're saying is there's nothing really in this village that's particularly heinous enough that it's dramatically drawing the attention of the corruption, particularly more than anything else. You know, a little bit, but not much. It's mostly just sweeping across the space. I want to join these together now. Make them one object. And then add modifier, geometry nodes, differential growth. I'm just going to think for a second because you can see now it says use vertex group or not. If you leave it unchecked, this is meaningless. So we're just going to leave it unchecked. Voxel scale of 0.1. It's going to make it lose some fidelity, but that's fine. We're going to try it at least. We're going to set the scale of our noise down to 0.1 as well. Growth direction, we're going to go slightly up, so 0.2, just a little bit. And set our end to 10. Save it. Let's see what we get. pretty beefy. I don't think we really want, even if we could on this object, I don't think we want to go much smaller than a 0.1 voxel size because it's giving us a lot. But that should be enough, I think. And again, if we need to put a close-up object with higher res, we can. Oh, I didn't do the dome. Oh, well, it's fine. I'm not sure it matters. The dome wasn't in our collision. I just realized the other stuff was. That is so gnarly. I love it. At the end, and it's jumping all the way across our village. It's deeply fucking it up. And yep, it's going up. So because we've got our, when we did our, it's a miracle. I know. The whole point to this is not. So the reason it's cutting through the walls here is because we set our step size to 2 meters. So this was outside the wall and this was outside the wall, and then it just connected them. If we had had a smaller step size, it would have been more accurate, but it's fine. That's all right. Oh man, it ate that power line. That's cool. Oh, I'm so digging. I think this is neat. I have no notes. We're just going to apply it. Yeah. And that's how you do it, my friends. That looks good. I want to change our terrain slightly. I've done this before, but I liked it. I'm going to do it again. I want to go to... I just need an object. Or not. Ground. Let's take our ground. Shading. Auto terrain's fine. It's going to be auto terrain, but it's going to be, we're going to add a new slot. And it's going to be, not new. Masonry or mortar? See, he calls it mortar here. It's not just me. And group. Okay. Up. And mortar. And then auto terrain. Over here. All the way over. Shift A, search. Mortar. I just like the mix of these two together. I think it looks good. Oh yeah, for sure. And as we've seen, it works great for stalactites and stalagmites and all that kind of stuff too. It's a really powerful differential growth applied with intelligence gives you some really neat organic stuff. Because, you know, like growth is growth. It kind of goes the same way. Slime molds, corrosion, all that stuff. The other thing you can use it for that's neat for corrosion is you can generate it and then use it as a Boolean cutter into the source object, and it'll eat the shit out of whatever you're cutting into it. It'll be cool. So, like, yeah, that would work really well. There we go. It's a little bit more. And we can even go a little bit more into the mortar. Just want to, like, really kind of sandy, like that. I think that's a cool terrain. But, yeah, using it as a Boolean would be badass. I haven't done it yet, but I was thinking about it last night. It's like, oh, yeah, that would, you know, that would work. The cuts you get into this would be kind of like worm trails in wood too. Would be neat. You know, all the stuff. I think the true secret to doing stuff with these 3D is to realize that most things don't have to be that complicated and can be reused for all kinds of things. It doesn't have to be. You don't need a specific lightning tool. This makes lightning just fine, you know, or the tendril one does. All that stuff, you know, like it's just a tool. There we go. Bring in our Building blocks, man. Yep. Fractal nature reality. I love it. It's what appeals to me most about 3D versus painting and drawing and all this stuff is like the ability just to take quote real things and then play with them like this. It's just so much fun for me. It really is. I live for this stuff. Okay. So our ground is very dry and kind of boring looking, but we're going to put plants on it, so that'll be better. But look at that. That's so fucking cool. Yep. And I like it actually too because it means that the clay that they use to make their buildings literally just comes from the ground around them. That's the other reason I wanted to do the more. I like the mortar thing like this. Okay. So real quick, let's do some simple geometry node stuff, or geoscatter rather. Roads and buildings. Let's make those into one new group. And it's going to be, yeah, road geo goes into that collection. Cool. And buildings goes into that collection, and that collection is going to be obstructions. Cool. And corruption is going to go in there as well. No point in growing anything underneath it. We'll make our life better, although it'll take longer to process. Okay. Where am I? Oh, did I lose geos from? Okay. Edit preferences. Clean panels. Panels. World. Geoscatter's there. Plus, is there another geoscatter? Oh, rename it. Yeah, renamed it. Okay. File, save preferences. Geoscatter. I upgraded to the latest version yesterday, and it renamed the header so clean panels didn't see it anymore. For some reason, when I tried to render stuff yesterday, it was just locking up my computer for like forever. It took, the first one went, and then the last three took like another hour and a half before I could work it out to get them rendering again. But I got it, so it's fine. Biome scatter, open to biomes. We're going to go with our classic 2, I think. Polygonic. Let's go with the other one first. Scatter Pro. Rocky Plain 2. I think I'm going to get rid of the gravel on this one, just for speed. It's kind of intense. Come on. Chugging away. It is a big scene. It's like 200 meters on a side, so it's a lot of terrain to populate with stuff, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to put as many things into the obstructions as I could. It will make it make less instances, which will ultimately help us, even if it takes a little longer to set up that way. There we go. Only 7.5 million, right? Come on. Let's get it out of the way. Let's just fix it a bit first. Upward obstructions is going to be obstructions. Everything. Obstructions. Okay, and then gravel, I'm going to actually check it. Proximity, repel, buildings. And it's going to be reverted, inverted. Yeah. So it will only show up near buildings within a ½ meter of buildings. I'm even going to make it a little less. There we go. So we'll get some gravel around the buildings, maybe. I'm not even going to look at it, though. The rest of this stuff, I'm okay with that. None of these I'm worried about going near other stuff. That should be okay. Great. And then another one, I'm going to go with, let's see. This one, dry biome 6. And, oh, I should have turned it off first. Yeah, bastard. Oh well. Too late now. Add some trees in. They're coming. Might put a sandstorm on this one too. Kind of increase the fog a little bit, make it a little bit dusty. That could be fun. Yeah, it's going. It says it's 60%. It's fun to make another village. I haven't used that SVG generator in a while. It's kind of neat to just like play with it some more. I always like revisiting tools after a while and be like, how do I still use it the same way? Do I still think of it the same way? Or have I evolved my thinking to do something else with it now? I think I have evolved my thinking on it. I was definitely more efficient with it this time than last time. We kept some of the curves to make the roads. That was cool. I guess the last time I really used it when we were doing the Sci-Fi Rim Planet, where we did the whole town, which was fun. But that was like September, I guess. I think so. Mornings. Yes, you're at 90%. We know. Come on. 7.9 million instances. Right. Dry biome. Upward obstruction of obstructions. Great. You know what? I think for both of these two, I'm going to turn off. Just got it real quick. Edit my ground. Let's see. Actually, that's pretty close to where I want it to be. Let's cut it in like this. Great. And that is going to be Control I, remove, Control I, assign tab. Okay. Yep, exactly. It's a really valuable thing to do. I think everyone should try to think that way. Detail. So it's not going to go in there. So we won't have anything growing inside that. Great. And then flowers we're just getting rid of. We don't like flowers. And yeah, you're thinking great. Trees are going to have a proximity repel from obstruction. And they want a minimum of 3 meters from anything in the obstruction, which we'll just put trees out here in this empty area, right? Cactus, repel. Maybe the same thing, obstructions. And have it be like 2. The other cactus is tiny. Let's turn trees on to see what we get. We shouldn't have too many yet. Come on. Okay, and then turn on geoscatter. We'll save. And then turn on geoscatter. Yeah, so we get trees out there in the wild. Perfect. Get rid of this too. Don't need that. Come on. It's not touching anything or being used by anything. Just get rid of it. Save. Great. Okay. And rocks, all the rest of the stuff should be good, I think. I'm just going to not mess with it so we can get to a state we want to be at before we're done, because we're already over. And T is calling me. Jar. Let's give it an HDR. Import. And I think we're going to go with a cloudy one. So just go with a cloudy tonight. Let's see. Not night, though. We want fairly bright but cloudy. 1010 sounds good. Yep. Add as the background. Save again. Yeah, you're thinking. Z8. There's our cloud. What happened? Why are my buildings, did my ground go down? Why is things not lined up right? They were lined up. I swear. You bastard. Well, maybe from the inside I won't have to fix it. Yeah, it looks okay. That feels pretty good. Do I have a camera? I didn't kill my cameras, did I? Cameras. I guess I did delete my camera. Photographer, add a camera. Okay. Camera is going to be the Arri Alexa. Lens is going to be the anamorphic. Depth is going to be, oh, actually goes a full 5,000, so I'm great. When you add a new one, cool. That's fine. Resolution is going to be pano and 35. Cool. And we're going to get rid of that guy. And save. And let's see. It's pretty close to what I wanted. They get a little bit of depth in, and that will help with that, I think. That feels pretty good. Let's focus on the dome. Yeah, I think once we get the fog and the other plants back in there, that will be very cool. Okay, so let's do the fog now, and then we'll call it. Shift S1, easy fog, ground fogs. Noise, yeah, let's do the noise one. Fudge it up. It's going to make it take forever, but I think it'll look cool. So, you know, we're going to do it. S, Shift Z to there. Good deal. 1, GZ, tab 3, up to there. Control A, rotation scale. It's not going to be Mi-8 because we're not messing. We're going to keep it as like dust, I think, versus actual fog. I feel like this is going to be way thick. That's way thick. It might be accurate, but way thick. Density of 0.5. It's still very thick, but looks super cool. Let's go to like 0.33. That seems good. I'm just got a little bit of stuff inside, but not much. I think that's going to be good. Geoscatter back on. Not that I think there's much inside here that we can see. Shouldn't be anything. Cool. Save. I just want to check one thing, as long as you guys don't mind hanging out with me. And if you do, I guess you can leave. These rocks, we got some stuff that are going to come inside here. Excuse me. Come on, you're thinking. I get it, you're thinking. Wait for the program to respond. Come on, Blender. Don't die. There's so much to calculate for its obstruction that it doesn't shock me that it's bad, but it's basically a check every point that it would create against all of this creation, all of this corruption stuff. There we go. Okay, rocks. Yeah, those are good, but I think some of these are going to need I don't mind that it's covering it up some, but rock plane, let's see. Everything's slow. Essentially, I don't want too many plants inside the village. That's all I got to adjust. And I might do that afterward now just because this is every click takes forever now. So, yeah, I think I will. It's just going to take forever because I want to adjust some. So some are inside and some are outside. And it's not interesting. It's just painful to do when it's lagging like this. And I don't think I can think of a way to make it not lag like this. So I can turn it off and that might help. Yeah, okay. So thorns, culling mask, vertex group. We don't want that inside. So detail. Dry plant, vertex group, detail. Rocks, we're okay. Gravel, we've already dealt with. Branches, we're going to say proximity to buildings. And we're going to reverse it so that they are close and minimum allow a 2 meter from buildings. And that should help with that. Rocks, I think we're okay with it, but maybe we'll just decrease the number that there are from that to like 3. Save. And rocks are still turned on, right? Yeah, rocks and branches I'll turn on. We'll gamble and just see if that looks good, then we'll stop. It should look all right. Dun, da, 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 da. Thinking. Yes. Okay. Still too many rocks. You know what I'm going to do with the rocks? I think I will... Yeah. Instances 1. See if that does any better. And failing that, I will adjust them to the building so they're less structured, less connected there. But either way, as soon as this comes back, I'm going to go. We're going to see what this looks like, and we're going to call it. Yeah, all right, that's better too. Anyway, folks, thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I think we got something pretty cool. I really like the way that the stuff grew across everything like that. And the buildings are looking good. I have no issues with this stuff. I think it's good. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be back again on Monday. I'm really going to try to come up with a visual language for the Chosen over the weekend. I'm starting to... I don't want to just keep replicating, oh, look, I grew more ugly shit on buildings forever. Even if you'd need to. Yeah, it gets a little old. So we might try with them on Monday, assuming I can come up with something. But anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you on Monday. Later.